Tuesday at 10:30, Zora Harrison and Adam Tenza will be our guests, bringing us up to date on the latest optical and other innovations in the industry. For over 40 years, Ocala Eye has provided comprehensive medical and surgical eye care. But that's just the beginning. Just wait until you hear all of the exciting things coming our way. So be sure to listen Tuesday at 10:30 with Ocala Eye, helping you live life to the fullest.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best charred grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Be sure to tune in to hear about innovative financial strategies on the long-running program Prosper with Keith Singer. You will learn about intelligent ways to safely grow and preserve your wealth, create reliable income streams, and maximize your legacy. Tune in Saturday at 8:05 a.m. and again on Sunday at 10:05 a.m. Prosper with Keith Singer.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
Minutes after 7 o'clock, it's still the aftermath of Hurricane Irma, and everything is still not quite up to speed. People are still without electricity, still without internet, and we're here doing the best we can. Let me give you a real quick look at the weather for 65 degrees right now. 89 is the expected high today. Look for a chance of rain, but like I said yesterday, I'm not going to complain anymore about the rain. 15% is what the weatherman is forecasting for today. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Larry.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. All right, let's see. 7:35. We've got the phone lines. I want to hear from our listeners. We've got some stories in the news that we can express our opinions on, and again, if you want to call in about anything regarding the hurricane, we are still open to doing that. So it's kind of an open segment of the show, a little bit different than what we normally do, but that goes. That's understood. You know, the schools will not be open today, by the way. We originally were telling you that today the schools in Marion County would be open again, but now they have chosen to not open until Monday because the damage was more severe than they thought it would be, not necessarily to the school buildings, but to the school grounds and to the traffic lights leading up to the schools, which is a concern for, buses, etc. So the school board has decided to keep schools closed until Monday. Hopefully things will be back and everything will be working again on Monday. If you're listening on the internet, chances are you're the only one listening.
Oh my gosh.
So thank you for tuning in on the streaming that we do. Dan is out there trying to fix the actual broadcast signal. That'll be up in a little bit. Galen Unold, we haven't heard from him since before the storm. Mm-hmm. So we pray that his family and he are okay. If he's on this morning, I do have an interesting topic. It is health related. It is the the glossary of terms you might need to know if you're interested in speaking and being understood what you want at a massage. Not a massage parlor. They don't call them parlors anymore. At a massage place.
I like the word parlor better.
well, here's why I was hesitant, because I didn't realize the word parlor implies exactly what you think massage places offer.
Oh, I see.
If it's a parlor, it is one of those places, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
If you're ever interested in finding, but they won't say it on the sign. There's no sign that says massage parlor, except maybe in Nevada.
Oh, okay. So when Ellie Mae Clampett met her beaux in the parlor when she was, when Uncle Jed.
Different.
I mean,
That's different.
okay.
Who knows?
All right.
Who knows with hillbillies?
Yeah.
Anything can happen with a hillbilly. So I don't know.
Well, I'm going to be savvy now about all of this.
Yeah. Let's see. So News Bites at 8:35. That's when we read the news and do not offer any commentary. Top of the world real estate. This is a segment at 9:05. Robert Colin is coming in to talk to us about the things happening over there. Maybe he'll give us some information about how they fared through the storm. So we're looking forward to hearing that. Hopefully they did okay over there. Christopher Kelly at 9:35. He's an historian. He worked in the TV industry for a couple of decades, and he's written a book called America Invaded. It's a state-by-state guide to fighting on American soil.
And he was going to be in the studio, but because of Hurricane Irma, he wasn't going to fly in for his book tour. And
I didn't know that, really?
Yep. He was going to grace the studio, and because of the hurricane, he will be postponing the book tour, so he will be on the phone, though.
Kate Holohan is an award-winning journalist, and she has written a book called Lies She Told. It's a psychological thriller novel. And then at 10:20, I wanted to review the very, very, very small ballot for September 19th. You are going to be choosing between two people for the next mayor of Ocala, and that would be Mayor Gwynn, who is the current mayor, and his opponent, Catherine Zimmer. So we will talk about those two candidates running for the mayor of Ocala. And there's one city council seat up for grabs. It's seat number 3. It's currently held by James Hilty. Justin Grabel wants that seat, and so we'll be talking about those two candidates. So you have two incumbents being challenged by two newcomers, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there
so
you
we'll
go.
Talk about that a little bit at 10:20. Mickey Williams. Williams is a globe-trotting beauty. Oh, it's a lady?
Yes, she is.
Beauty predictions for the Emmy Awards. When is that, tonight? Oh, probably Sunday.
I don't know.
It's usually on the weekend, isn't it?
Yep. Well, she goes on the red carpet herself as an artist or as a reporter, so she runs the full gamut, you know.
Patty Whipfleur is a nonprofit hand-in-hand parenting founder, and she's got an audiobook called Listen, 5 Simple Tools to Meet Your Everyday Parenting Challenges. Well, that's interesting.
Very.
And if everything goes according to plan, then Fun with Joe today is about electricity. We have a 3 and 5 game planned for things you might do when there's no electricity.
Nice.
So, and I know a lot of you right now have no electricity. You're listening in your car, or you have a battery-operated radio, or you're listening on the internet somehow, maybe with your smartphone or something. Mm-hmm. So, not really sure how this all works, but anyway, so those are the things we're doing this morning. How are you, partner?
I am very good. How are you?
I'm okay. I got a little toothache going over here.
Yeah, there's a swelling. The swelling's down a little bit though, from yesterday.
Is it good? I've been doing
it's not as bad as yesterday.
Natural therapies. Went over to the health store here in the mall, and I got some oil of oregano.
Oh, okay.
We had Dr. Is Cass Ingram a doctor? We had Cass Ingram on.
Yeah.
He wrote the book about oil of oregano. What was his book called again? I can't remember. But he always talks about oil of oregano.
Yes.
As being like the cure-all for almost everything. Mm-hmm. And so I was looking up natural cures for tooth. What do you call the thing I have going on? Not
an abscess.
Abscess. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what I think it is. And anyway, so we went over to the lady. $26 for this little tiny bottle. I hope it works.
Yep.
Which would have been more expensive? I should have just gone to the dentist, huh?
Yeah. We'll see what happens down the road.
Anyway.
You might have to go there anyway.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Everything. Well, nothing's free, in this world.
No. You have to work for everything you got.
I'm also taking garlic pills. So between garlic and oregano, basically I'm smelling like a pizza.
Oh, so that's why I want spaghetti for lunch then.
We want spaghetti,
and
yes.
meatballs, yum.
Look at the size of my apple tree. Look at that.
Oh,
My apple
I
tree
know.
is going really to the ceiling here.
it is. It's really, I think the Hurricane Irma agrees with it.
Well,
I do.
wasn't
I
out there.
I know, but it was by the window. I guess they were talking to each other. But look how all of a sudden it just kind of bloomed upward. That is so cool.
So we'll do our best to cover all of the things we have to cover this morning. You know, we're trying to get back to normal as much as possible. Any street lights, traffic lights on your way in that were out?
There were two, but they had the blinkers going.
Okay. They
The
have
blinkers.
going.
And then there was gasoline tankers were at all the gas stations between 484 and the interstate. There is a traffic stop on I-75 going south. Everything was at a standstill when I came underneath
Really?
it. Yep, so I don't know if it's all the people coming back. There were semis on there. There were vehicles, of course, but it was a standstill going southbound. So maybe it's all the people coming back today. I don't know if there's an
Wow.
accident or not, but
Let me see if I have some power outage reports to tell you about it, and I'll do the highway patrol report also to see if there was an accident up there. If you're wondering when you'll get your power back, more than half of Florida will be without power for a while. It says here. Wow.
gosh,
So
it's so sad.
Not sure. Let's see what this is.
And we passed those electrical trucks yesterday.
Good morning. Is that Dan? I don't know if that's Dan or not. Dan's trying to hook us up. I don't know. Maybe we're hooked up now. I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, so we have the power outage map. Oh my gosh. Let me try to go. 64% of Marion County is still without power, I guess. 64%. Oh my gosh. 88% of Collier County is still without power. Monroe County, the Keys, 83%. Yeah, they were hit really hard. So 64% of us are still without power. In Alachua, only 26%. In Sumter, 32%. Lake, 57%. So that's pretty much the latest.
Gosh. But the electrical guys are phenomenal. I mean, they come from all over the United States, and they're out there working, and they are just so cool.
They are working. And, you know, that's all part of, actually, well, not all of it, but the Ocala Electric Utilities is part of our local government. And so we'll consider that when we're talking later on. At 10:20, we'll talk about the four people running in the election that you'll be voting in on
Okay.
September 19th.
Nice.
And I know we haven't talked about it a whole lot, and it's probably because there was a hurricane.
Wonder if John Travolta's out there helping. He worked with the electric company climbing poles and stuff for his movie, so I wonder what kind of expertise he came away from.
The key words there for his movie. We'll be right back.
Singer Barbara Streisand, one of the celebrities, joining together to raise money in the hand-in-hand telethon last night, but millions couldn't watch it. Without power still in Florida, the president heads there tomorrow for a first-hand look at the destruction from Hurricane Irma.
President Trump traveled to Texas twice after Hurricane Harvey wreaked havoc on the Lone Star State. The First Lady joined him there, and she is set to go with him to Florida as well, along with the Vice President and the Second Lady. Before he leaves, President Trump is reportedly planning to meet with moderate members of the House and discuss, among other things, tax reform.
Fox's Ellison Barber. Tax reform on the agenda last night when the president hosted a dinner at the White House, which included moderate Democrats. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Getting your flu shot at Walgreens is easier than ever. Just walk right in, and there's no cost to you with a $0 copay with most insurance. Plus, when you get a flu shot, you help provide a life-saving vaccine to a child in need through the UN Foundation. Swing by your local Walgreens anytime to get a flu shot and help make a difference. Get a shot, give a shot. It's that easy. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Through August 31st, 2018, for every immunization given, Walgreens will donate 22 cents up to $2 million. Vaccine restrictions apply. Talk to your pharmacist to learn more.
Geico presents a voicemail from your friend, Tree.
Tree here. Just calling to say thanks for letting me crash at your place the other night. Well, on your place. It was a rough night. I had a bit too much wind, and I think I might have broke your chimney, actually. So, yeah. Any chance you'd want to drop off my tire swing? Yeah. I mean, if not, that's cool. Okay, later.
Trees won't pay for tree damage. Luckily, one call to the Geico Insurance Agency makes it easy to switch and save on homeowners insurance.
Here is your 30-second news brief. President Donald Trump will be coming to Florida tomorrow to speak to residents impacted by Hurricane Irma. According to state officials, Irma has killed at least 15 people in Florida, one of them here in Marion County. Marion County School Board sent out a news release yesterday indicating that schools will remain closed until Monday, September 18th. And Universal Studios says Halloween Horror Nights will open as scheduled this Friday. And that is your news brief from the source, WOCA.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Wednesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 87 to 91. For Wednesday night, maybe an evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise partly cloudy, though 70 inland, 76 at the coast. Times of sun and clouds on Thursday with a shower or thunderstorm, high 88 to 92. For Friday, sun and clouds with a thunderstorm or two, especially during the afternoon hours, high 86 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Singer Wealth Management would like to invite you and a guest to a lunch and learn at Stone Creek Golf Club, 9676 Southwest 62nd Loop in Ocala, Tuesday, September 19th at 11:30 a.m. Enjoy lunch and, more importantly, learn about the effective financial strategies that can help you and your family have greater financial success and also have the opportunity to have your questions answered. Please call 866-WEALTHY right away to reserve your spot because spaces are limited. That's 866-WEALTHY.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to tune in to the first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. to learn about the latest advances in healthcare available right here at home. Ocala Regional Medical Center and Strive have teamed up to bring the most qualified medical professionals on the air to answer your questions and bring information to help you in your decisions concerning your health. Again, that's the first and third Thursday. Health matters.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best charred grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Wednesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 87 to 91. For Wednesday night, maybe an evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise partly cloudy, though 70 inland, 76 at the coast. Times of sun and clouds on Thursday with a shower or thunderstorm, high 88 to 92. For Friday, sun and clouds with a thunderstorm or two, especially during the afternoon hours, high 86 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
All right, thank you, Joe. 24 minutes before 8 o'clock. Not a bad-looking Wednesday. It's hard to believe this a few days ago. It was horrible out there, especially during the night. Having a hurricane kind of hit us at night made it a lot scarier, I think. I don't know if you agree with that, but I'm going to guess that you do agree with that. So, all right, looks like things are running. However, I don't think the phone lines are working right now. So I don't think you'll be able to call in. I apologize for that, but we do have some stories we want to share with you. I guess the most useful piece of information is for those who have children going to school. Marion County School Board member Angelina Angie Boynton. I think her name was Angelina, but we call her Angie. But anyway, she's been a good friend for a long time. She's on the school board. She sent out a news release yesterday with 15 photographs attached, and indicating that school cannot be open today. School will not be open until Monday. And the reasons are not that the school buildings were damaged, as far as I could tell, but rather that the school properties still had a lot of downed trees, downed power lines, traffic lights in many areas were still not working, and so that causes concerns for the school buses and other.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, so lots of different reasons why the school board decided it would be better to be safe than sorry, and to let the kids have this whole week off. I wonder how they make it up.
They have built-in days, from what I understand.
What do they do?
Yeah, they have built-in hurricane days, like we had built-in snow days up north. I have to give kudos to Dr. Heidi Meyer, Superintendent Mayor, and the teachers and the administrative staff of Marion County Public Schools, because some of them volunteered to be in the shelters, and they volunteered to serve the meals.
Nice.
And it's just really outstanding the way our entire community comes together. Kevin Christian, as always, is phenomenal with getting all the information out, plus coordinating the shelters, the schools, everything that's coordinated goes through Kevin, and he is absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, good people over there. All right, so that was the useful piece of information, and well, not that the rest of it isn't useful. Let's see, there are still some floods out there. Hopefully that's starting to recede. Still some downed trees, even here in the parking lot of the mall. They haven't completely cleaned it up, although the amount of cleanup they did is remarkable.
Oh yeah, they were amazing.
The president, Donald Trump, is expected to visit Florida tomorrow. He's going to talk to officials and clean up people and residents who were impacted by the storm. It says here 15 people died in Florida from Hurricane Irma, and one of those people was in Marion County.
Oh.
So I don't know that story. I did look for it. Let me see if the Star Banner might have it. I'll do a little borrowing from one of our friends over there.
Yep, which we always give credit to, no matter the source. So
that's right. And
we never claim it as our own if it's not.
Anyway, I'm not trying to make light of something serious. I don't see right off the top. I don't have that information. But anyway, our prayers to whoever that is. And actually, to all of you, we as the day went by yesterday, we started getting more and more information about trees that fell on homes, and some of them were pretty bad. So our prayers are with you. Do you know, I had information, I wonder if I still have it here. If not, I'll find it during one of the breaks, regarding your government willing to help you even if you don't have insurance. I will get that later. I don't know where I put it, but I don't see it here with this information.
Yeah, you were explaining that before the hurricane hit, which I thought was pretty fascinating, because I didn't realize when the governor declared the emergency and the president declared the emergency.
Yes, and the president has to declare a catastrophe. I think, in order for some of that money to be released. So that's probably what he'll do tomorrow, I would imagine.
Yes.
A national catastrophe. So, yeah, once that happens, then some FEMA money is available to those who don't have insurance, which is interesting. It's not going to be fast.
No.
Well, you know what? I don't know. I'm just guessing that usually with the government there's red tape, but I could be wrong about that. All right, let's see. The Little Wekiva River was not so little. It rose, and parts of Altamont Springs had to be evacuated yesterday.
Oh my gosh!
Isn't that something? So the water is trickling down from wherever it comes from, and it was just rushing into that area. And what is usually a little river, the Little Wekiva River, was a big river yesterday. 45 people were rescued. 13 pets were rescued. Everybody was safely removed from the area, and there were no injuries reported. But can you imagine? You think it's all over? You think the hurricane's done, and you say, oh my gosh, well, now we got some cleanup to do, and next thing you know, here comes some water.
Exactly.
Coming up from the river.
Yep, here it comes.
The Little Ocala River. I don't know much about that river, but that's in the news this morning. 13 million people woke up without power yesterday. 65% of Marion County still without power. We will try our best to figure out if you want to know if your home, if you're in a shelter or if you're staying with a friend and you're curious if your home has power. You can call the power company, or you can go online. There are a couple different websites that are giving that information, and I'll even offer us, if you want to call us, I'll be glad to type in your address and do that. You can't do it on the air right now because that phone line that you normally call in on is not working, so just thought I'd let you know that. In the aftermath of Hurricane Irma, Floridians are trying to return to normal. Cruises were due to resume from Miami today.
Oh.
Cruises. Those of you who are looking to go on a cruise. Yeah, that would be a great way to say, you know what? I'm getting out of here just for a little while. Take a break. That's what we all need. You know what? The kids get the school week off.
Yeah, there you go.
The whole county should say, you know what? Everybody's going to take off.
Yeah.
Radio people included. We'll just put on, Ferrante and Teicher. Ferrante and Teicher. What was that called again?
Ferrante and Teicher.
Something.
Morning.
Yeah.
Love you
Morning.
guys so much. You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Two beautiful ladies.
Oh, they're
Not
just
you.
talking to me.
Two beautiful ladies. They walk by the window every day.
Yeah, they do.
They're so pretty.
Thank
so happy too. They're always smiling.
I guess the mall's not open yet, huh?
No, 8 o'clock is when they open the doors.
Let's see. Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina will meet with President Trump today to discuss race and a white supremacist rally that turned violent in Charlottesville, Virginia. Scott, the only African-American Republican in the Senate, criticized Trump's response last month to the events in Charlottesville, which resulted in the deaths of 3 people, including a young woman who was hit when a car drove through a crowd of counter-protesters. Trump initially condemned the violence from many sides before calling out white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and the KKK by name after 2 days of criticism. But a day later, Trump said both the protesters and the counter-protesters were to blame. Trump also plans to meet with a bipartisan group of moderate House members today to discuss a variety of issues ranging from tax reform to health care.
Okay.
Gosh, can you hear I can hear my tooth.
Yeah.
I can hear the fact that I've got a bad tooth. It's like making my speech sound funky, right?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Does.
All right, we are up against the break. We will take a little break, and we will be right back again. We do not have any phone lines coming in right now, so we'll have to put that on hold for a day or two till they can fix that problem. All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Wednesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 87 to 91. For Wednesday night, maybe an evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise partly cloudy, though 70 inland, 76 at the coast. Times of sun and clouds on Thursday with a shower or thunderstorm, high 88 to 92. For Friday, sun and clouds with a thunderstorm or two, especially during the afternoon hours, high 86 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952. Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your Pedigree Palace will be a reality in no time.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
Hi, I'm Big Daddy Don Garlitz, asking you to support adoption by purchasing a Choose Life license plate from your county tag office. You know it costs a lot to give a child life. Many times a woman is forced to make a bad choice because of financial pressures. Help save the lives of the unborn children by aiding women whom choose life instead of abortion. Take a stand for life. Purchase your Choose Life license plate today. For more information, go to chooselife.org or call 352-624-2854.
All right, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. If the thing sounds a little different, because we are doing things a little differently to compensate for some of the damage that was done by Hurricane Irma. And but the good thing is we're on the air, and hopefully you are able to get about in your own world and doing things. I'm sure we're all kind of improvising a little bit to some extent. I know a lot of you still without electricity, so and right now you can't call us on the air. However, you can call us on the office line. Now, not at this moment, because Robin and I are the only two here.
Yeah,
but
I do have the answering machine on.
Yeah, so, but if you have any information that you need us to repeat, maybe you heard us say something, even if you heard it on one of the networks, we'll do our best to do the research so that we can look it up for you and get you that information. Later on, we have an author coming on. What time is this guy coming on? I wanted to tell you a little bit about
9:35, Christopher Kelly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's got a book called America Invaded, a state-by-state guide to fighting on American soil. And so, of course, I wanted to flip to Florida and look for Fort King, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't see Fort King in here. So maybe these are only the invasions from foreign enemies. Maybe that's what that means.
Oh, that could be.
Because the fighting at Fort King was actually civil. I mean, fighting is civil. I never understood the name of the Civil War, but do you know what I mean? It was us versus us.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, he writes here, long before the arrival of Europeans, Native Americans developed sophisticated cultures in what is now Florida, producing complex and impressive sites like the Crystal River Mounds. By the time of the first European contact, a wide variety of tribal groupings occupied the area, including the Apalachee, the Timucuans, the Calusa, and the Tequesta. It's hard to know whether Juan Ponce de Leon was actually the first European ever to set foot in what is now Florida, but he's the first that we definitely know about. And then it goes on with telling part of the story that we already know about him naming the state what it is, Florida.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, I find it interesting, so we'll do that at 9:30.
It's very fascinating stuff.
What else is in the news this morning? Former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer is making his late-night debut on Jimmy Kimmel tonight. So that ought to be interesting.
I think so.
Jimmy Kimmel not very fond of Republican elected officials. Just not very fond. I like Jimmy Kimmel, but he kind of plays favorites a little bit.
Okay.
He sort of does. I think Jimmy Fallon is more fair with that. I think Stephen Colbert is hugely unfair.
Yeah.
So, you love him or you hate him.
Right.
All right, let's see. Conservative commentator Rush Limbaugh hit back at critics who said his rant on media coverage of hurricanes is over the top and promotes a liberal agenda. He said, this is all over the place, that I told there is no storm. I told people you don't have to run away from Florida. You don't have to evacuate because I said the storm isn't coming. I did not say that, he said. He said, I did not say the storm is not big. I did not say the storm is going to go somewhere else. He said, I didn't say anything. There is not a thing that I said about this that anybody can prove I was wrong about. Not a single thing. It's his thinking.
No, I don't, Sam. Green eggs and ham. That's the way you were reading it. That was pretty funny.
Thank you. Do you know what I was thinking, though, in some of the comments, critiques, not criticisms, but critiques of our reporting of the possibility that we were going to have a storm, which did eventually hit us. We were kind of criticized for saying things that people thought was over the top and promoting an agenda that supported advertisers, etc. So people would go out and buy things from big box stores and etc. And I don't know. I have no. If you don't know me, then I suppose you think, yeah, Larry's raking in the dough from Home Depot or something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. It's never been that. Come on.
Never.
If you know me, then you know that's not true. What it was us getting information from those people who are professionals at weather forecasting, and I don't think the National Hurricane Center has an agenda either. I don't think so. I don't think the National Weather Service has an agenda other than to give you the weather report. The fact is that weather forecasting is an inexact science. It's not exact. And we're going to do the best we can to report what we have. And at this point, when it gets to Robin and me, we're just reading from other sources. Now, we do pick and choose which things we're going to read in all of the news because there's just too much of it to read. So we pick and choose the things that we think you might be either interested in or entertained by.
Exactly.
Or perhaps something that might be useful information. In the case of weather reporting, it's useful information. The fact that it may not have been as powerful as it was originally forecast, okay, well, I'll take that. If it didn't hit us at all, it doesn't mean that the reporting wasn't necessary. You know, we were talking about Key West probably going to get hit, and you and I were criticized for saying that. And look what happened.
Yeah.
Key West was probably hit more than any other place in the state.
Yeah, we were told the hurricane wasn't going to touch Key West at all.
So I don't know. I mean, but I wasn't making it up. It wasn't like I went to some, weather vane and and decided, okay, it's going to hit Key West. I mean, I was looking at what the meteorologists were saying and repeating it. And, of course, I was a little bit chastised for that. And I thought, well, okay, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just doing my job here.
Yeah, exactly.
Volkswagen is stepping up its shift to electric cars. And they plan to invest more than $24 billion in vehicles that have zero emissions. Well, that's interesting. By the year 2030. They are setting themselves up to challenge Tesla, and I'm sure so are some of the other automakers. The world's largest automaker by sales, that would be Volkswagen, said that it would roll out 80 new electric cars across its multi-brand group by the year 2025.
Gosh. Wow.
Here's another one. A 9/11 lawsuit against Saudi Arabia. Did you hear this one? Did we skip this one the other day on September 11th?
Yeah, I think so.
A lawsuit against Saudi Arabia is now alleging that the government of Saudi Arabia might have funded a dry run for the terrorist attack on America.
Oh.
Lawyers for the 1,400 victims of the terror strikes claim in a filing that there is a pattern of both financial and operational support for the 9/11 conspiracy from official Saudi sources, including testing cockpit security. Wow. The new evidence alleges that 2 years before the attacks, the Saudi embassy paid for two nationals to fly from Phoenix to Washington in a dry run for the 9/11 attacks. Wow.
Oh, my.
2 years before the attack.
Oh my, and our intelligence did not catch it.
Let's see. We long asserted that there were long-standing and close relationships between Al-Qaeda and the religious components of the Saudi government. Sean Carter, the lead attorney for the plaintiffs, told reporters. He said, this is further evidence of that. He cited FBI documents. The complaint alleges that Saudi students Mohammed al-Quddiyan and Hamdan al-Shalawi were members of the kingdom's network of agents in the United States and participated in the terrorist conspiracy. According to the complaint, during a November 1999 America West flight to Washington, the two students that I just named, the two Saudi students, Mohammed al-Quddiyan and Hamdan al-Shalawi, reportedly tried multiple times to gain access to the cockpit of the plane in an attempt to test flight deck security in advance of the hijackings.
Oh.
After they boarded the plane in Phoenix, they began asking the flight attendants technical questions about the flight that the flight attendants found suspicious. When the plane was in flight, Al-Quddiyan asked where the bathroom was. One of the flight attendants pointed to the back of the plane. Nevertheless, Al-Quddiyan went to the front of the plane and attempted on 2 occasions to enter the cockpit. The suspicious pilots made an emergency landing in Ohio. The pair were detained and questioned by the FBI. This is 2000. This would have been 1999.
Yeah.
2 years before. Okay. The pair were detained and questioned by the FBI, but the agency declined to pursue prosecution. But after the FBI discovered a suspect in a counter-terrorism investigation in Phoenix was driving Shalawi's car, the agency opened a case. Wow. So they are now suing the Saudi Arabian government.
Wow.
Saying that they participated by providing money for a dry run of the September 11th attacks.
Wow.
Wow.
Boy, we got to get our watchdogs, out there and everything. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
President.
How angry does that make you feel? Gosh, it makes me feel angry.
It makes me feel angry, but I feel like there's so much about those attacks that we were never told, or maybe we don't know.
Yeah.
And whenever I say anything like that, everybody jumps down my throat saying, "What? Well, what are you saying? George Bush did it?" And where does that? Where are you getting that from? When did I ever say that? I don't believe that for a second.
No.
But they automatically think I'm going to just fit into the groove of so many other people they've listened to.
Yeah.
President John F. Kennedy's granddaughter and Carolyn Kennedy's daughter, her name is Tatiana Schlossberg. She has gotten married.
Oh.
She got married at Martha's Vineyard, which is where they have a home. The New York Times reports the 27-year-old Schlossberg married 28-year-old George Moran on Saturday with former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick officiating. The couple met in college at Yale. Schlossberg was an environmental reporter for the Times until July. Moran is a medical student at Columbia University.
Gosh.
Schlossberg is Kennedy's second child. That would be Caroline Kennedy's.
Mm-hmm. I think she has 3.
She has an older sister, Rose, and a younger brother named Jack. Look at you. You even know their family, huh?
Well, I don't know their family. I just know she had 3 children.
Well, you're interested in royalty. That's America's royalty right there. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're up against the break. Let's take that break, and we'll be right back. Thank you for listening. We are kind of doing things a little differently, which means phone calls are not working, but we'll do the best we can without them. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. A lot of people returning home to hard-hit parts of Florida after Irma, but this man never left Marco Island.
We stayed, and I'll never do it again. I regret doing it. My family, we were in danger.
More than 5 million customers in Florida alone still without electricity, some even dying trying to get power. We're learning at least